Let's line up. Alright, y'all, go ahead and go in. You do not need your computer.
Well, you got 6 people. I ain't gonna.
Okay, good. That should make my job easy. Good. That should make my job easy. No, I ain't been cut though. Alright, so thank you. Alright, so just to give you a heads up, I am recording my entire lesson today. It's only 6 of y'all, so y'all need to be in a group. Y'all can either be in groups of 3 or a group of 2, but y'all need to be together in a group.
Miss Bonnie, you always record your class.
I know, but you think some people act random. Alright, so what we are going to do today, we start a new book, but for our do now, what you are going to do is you are going to look at the menu options, and on a piece of paper, you are going to place an order for a meal, and you're going to write down why you chose that particular meal.
You giving us this easy assignment?
Oh, no, it's not the whole assignment. This is just a do now.
Oh.
How much is do now? Like 10 points?
I don't know. However I want a mini, I want it to be. Alright, so welcome to Miss B's Eatery. We are located at 12345 Dreamer Avenue in Detroit, Michigan, 48205. Did I put 4205? Oh, Lord. I done put 4205.
Everybody
be there.
I'm happy about this one.
Alright, meal number 1. And again, I will rotate these twice.
McDonald's.
Meal number 1, we are presenting a McDonald's cheeseburger with a large fry and a large Coke. If that is the meal that you desire for today, I highly encourage you to write your name down, and to write down your meal and tell us why you picked that meal. We'll let it go for about 60 seconds.
What if we don't want the meal?
That's fine, we got another meal.
Alright.
We got 4
How
options.
many meals is it?
It's 4 options today. Yes, the chef only prepared those only 4, and that's all he's doing today. Nothing extra, no substitutions. Don't ask all those extra unnecessary questions. Can you not get pickles? We're not doing all of that, right?
Did we actually get the food? Cause like.
Girl, better know.
Ooh.
I started to buy a little play food, but I got distracted.
What you got distracted doing?
Looking at pots and pans.
Terod.
We don't let everyone into our restaurant. I'm sorry.
All right, my bad.
Exclusive only.
My bad.
She said restaurant, like what? Ask him what he like to order, Miss Bonnie. Miss Bonnie, ask him what he like to order.
I don't even know if I want him in my establishment.
Miss Bonnie, he just came back.
I'll look at her.
Ask him what he want. Ask him what he want, Miss Bonnie. Miss Bonnie's so
Let me stop playing. Unfortunately, I don't have food, but we are placing orders on imaginary food, so you can pretend. All right, that was number 1. That was meal number 1. Meal number 2 for the day. It is roasted organic chicken with roasted organic vegetables like yellow potatoes, purple kale, red winter squash. We also have steamed organic asparagus. We have a spring mix salad, and for dessert, you have organic ice cream with organic blackberries.
Too healthy.
No, thank you.
Too many veggies.
No, thank you.
I'm gonna keep this one in mind.
Well, you need vitamins and minerals, and unfortunately, you get that from vegetables.
I just keep hearing organic.
I'll take vitamins in the morning though.
Yeah, but it's kind of better to consume it with food than it is to take a pill.
Miss Bonnie,
I can make ice cream organic.
I'm sorry?
how can you make ice cream organic?
Listen to that.
It's all in a, well, depending on if you know what organic is.
Organic milk.
Exactly, and it's probably
So
There's no organic cow?
And it's like organic cows.
it's ways that cows are raised, what they eat, also the processing.
Like.
Regular milk goes through a different processor than like organic milk.
What if almond cows make almond?
Well, there are no almond cows because almond milk is only made
Ain't
from
no almond cows?
No.
So where did almond milk come from?
almond.
Where does chocolate milk come from?
Bro.
It's chocolate. It's
Why
just a
can't
syrup.
it's almond cows?
It depends if you're drinking oat milk, cow milk, almond milk.
So good, my cereal. Oh my God.
You didn't know there were no chocolate cows?
No, I thought. No, I I do not know where chocolate milk comes from.
And it never occurred to you
No.
that you never bothered to look for a chocolate cow.
No.
You.
I live in the hood.
What that got to do with anything?
So it is talking clothes.
I didn't say.
No.
Oh. Ain't no,
I mean, there are
How many
cows that
cows
are
is
brown, but they don't make chocolate milk.
So, chocolate milk comes from like regular chocolate, put in milk.
Chocolate syrup with milk or powder. Yeah.
So, strawberry.
With a strawberry milk.
The
chocolate
strawberry syrup.
Sorry, syrup powder.
What?
Strawberry syrup powder.
I heard like chocolate cows.
Oh, bitch, you went for a whirlwind. Alright, meal number 3.
Oh
This
my
is
God.
brine and applewood smoked barbecue chicken
God.
with roasted sweet corn. Yes, it came off the grill. Then we
Oh,
have
wait.
a rocket salad
Oh.
with a dessert of chocolate souffle.
That's
Miss Bonnie, you making this.
I definitely would eat that.
Yeah, I know.
Do I gotta
Barbecue chicken, applewood,
what?
and the smoked. Yes,
Miss Bonnie, you like salad, don't you?
I do. And it's roasted corn. You know, roasted corn tastes really good, especially if you roast it in a husk and you put the butter on top of it real quick.
Oh my
Real
God.
good.
I had some salmon.
Hey, y'all know one of them eaters that just eat extra just to put extra stuff on, like extra condiments on their food? That's Miss Bonnie and my mama, bro.
Yeah, because you definitely gotta take the corn off the husk.
I had
You know,
some
put a
grilled
nice little
salmon,
stick
like,
of butter on there, put the husk right back on there, put it on the grill,
Like,
let it melt.
that's how I do my own food.
Let it melt.
My
Yeah, you let it melt and then you start letting, and then it start cooking from the inside because the husk keeps all the juice aside on the corn.
Last night I had some grilled
And it
salmon.
give you that nice charred barbecue taste to it.
My mama makes some spaghetti. I add like one scoop
Last night I
and then
had
put some
some
Parmesan
grilled
cheese.
salmon,
Mix it up.
chicken Alfredo.
Yes.
Oh,
I had baked
I
spaghetti.
add another scoop. And then put some more Parmesan
So
cheese.
now I'm hungry.
And then mix it up. And then pour some more Parmesan cheese and leave it there so it can look.
All right, and meal number 4. So meal number 4 is definitely giving.
Is that right,
Give
girl?
me meal number one.
No.
I'll take a little bit.
All right,
No, I'm
so
choosing-
meal number 4 is fava bean toast and Samoa boar pate with egg fettuccine with power fire morels, which is probably a type of seafood, braised leg, and grilled loin of wild Samoa pig. Also, you're gonna have wild East Bay beef Lebanon, which is the bread that you see, and then there's a local garden salad, right? So it's definitely going to be coming from. It's going to be a salad with greens and tomatoes and everything that's produced in the state, right? So that is meal number 4. Again, I will replay these meal options so that you can go ahead and see if you want to get meals number 1, meal number 2, 3, or 4.
I'm thinking.
And then
Number 1.
number 1.
once you select the meal,
Oh wait, hold you get a Lowe's Coke?
once you select your meal, tell us why. You're going to write that on paper and tell us why. In the meantime, while you all do that, I'm going to pass out the books.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
finna put a detailed description about this McDonald's boy.
What's this book called?
Love McDonald's.
Can pick one.
One.
Hold on.
The burger's so succulent.
You know, like the stuff they do right there. You will only get like the 2 items, but you'll pick a different drink. But you will only.
So, my McDonald's was a double quarter pounder, extra cheese, extra meat. You get a large fry.
Again, here we're not doing all of that. You get exactly what you see on this picture.
What you finna read about corn?
Big Mac, large fry, large Sprite. That's all I did. I just told
So
you
again,
about
this is
McDonald's.
meal number 1, a very basic McDonald's cheeseburger with a large fry and a large Coke.
Wait, this finna ruin my taste of the food?
I don't know what that, I don't know.
Just talking about the secrets behind what you eat.
There you go.
I don't know if it'll ruin
And
it or
then,
not.
hold on,
And then we got
Ain't
number,
sodium sugar, right?
Yeah.
no, sodium is more like salt.
Yeah, that's it.
How?
Right. So
Cayenne pepper.
I was reading something. It was like a juice that the kids drink, and I had one in the grocery store, and I had turned it around, and I had read. I should have made a Facebook post about that.
You should, 'cause how much sodium are they?
Just over here talking about some the grass, the animals, the slaughterhouse, the market, how corn took over America. Corn took over America.
Yeah,
Yes, because.
and then almost everything you eat.
Oh no, chicken took over.
Mm-mm.
Water.
Only corn.
Corn.
Well, corn is almost used in everything, and especially by the time you get done looking at like different types of flour, different types of things that they make, breading.
So,
Not corn and stuff. All right, so that is meal number 2.
It's a miniature cookbook.
No, it ain't that. We'll talk about it. You'll read about it.
They
Learn
finna tell us how
something.
they kill animals.
Miss Bonnie, where the book numbers at?
Oh my
There are
God.
no book numbers. So for those who are filling out the book contract, you will notice there are no book numbers because y'all don't do a great job of keeping up with it anyway.
I keep
So
it
at
going.
this point, just return the book.
Okay.
If you still have To Kill a Mockingbird, I want you to return that as
I
well.
already turned mine in.
I already turned mine in.
I keep mine.
So, meal number 2, again, roasted organic chicken with roasted organic veggies, yellow potatoes, purple kale, red winter squash. Then you're gonna have steamed organic asparagus, which really tastes good with organic chicken, let me tell you. Asparagus and chicken taste really good together. Anyway,
Check out.
spring mix salad. Oh no, it tastes better if you sit down and eat it in a plate like you're doing something big.
Miss
Like,
Bonnie, I'm talking about.
oh,
Like,
check out
that.
And then for dessert, you have organic ice cream with organic blackberries. Let me tell you, ice cream with fruit on top is delish.
Why is the oatmeal with some bananas in it earlier? God, it was so good.
It is, because bananas give you potassium. We have meal number
What's that, Miss
3.
Bonnie? Because I eat banana every day.
Potassium is a type of energy that your body will get.
I'll be sleepy after I eat.
Alright, and then we got meal number 3 again. That's brine and applewood smoked barbecue chicken, right? As you can see in our picture. Then you're gonna have roasted sweet corn. You're gonna have a rocket salad as displayed, and a chocolate souffle for dessert.
Also the
That's Miss Bonnie meal.
Yeah, it is. Because when I go out of town and eat, especially, you know where I'm at, boy, get your barbecue chicken.
I haven't
Because
been
it
out
ain't
of
right.
town in a while.
Me either, and I feel it.
I had one to go with my mama, but she said no.
Oh, that's
I wouldn't take
my
I mean, ain't no wrong with taking a kid to Puerto Rico. But I wouldn't. Nope, nobody about to watch
Puerto
it.
Rico food so good.
It is. Except my only problem is I had a problem trying to figure out where they burgers come from.
Hey,
Cause I'm like, it's Puerto Rico. Do y'all got cows on this island? I mean, how are y'all getting the burgers for the cow? I'm just wondering. You know, where's my burger coming from? We on a whole island.
she had buggy back like a bunch of
I remember the
candy.
first time I had canes.
It was,
First time I had canes. Wait.
they candies.
Wait, raisin.
All right. And meal number 4. So now we have meal number 4, which seems to definitely be Elise's favorite. So I'll keep going. All right. So this group back here, what kind of meals did you all pick?
Oh,
I pick one.
Number 1, why?
Because I like.
Can I go?
Yeah.
I like that Coca-Cola.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Why'd you pick number 1?
Because usually when I go to McDonald's, I like my fries. The fries that they had on there, it looked like my fries I eat. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like-
okay.
So you feel me? I have to pick the classic one. Because I feel like the other food is going to take too long. And McDonald's going to be hot and ready like Little Caesars.
Yes, they do.
I tell them, look, my mama be telling them to make sure our stuff is fresh drop. Everything fresh
oh my
drop.
God, man.
Like, everything fresh drop.
All right, Teron, what'd you pick?
Oh, I'm looking at here. Just
He got a whole carrot.
so I had chose number 1 because McDonald's is so succulent and juicy. So also,
That's all I talk about.
listen. Also, the Coca-Cola is so frizzy and syrupy and tasty.
I didn't know you had that many adjectives in your vocabulary, but keep going.
The fries are so crispy with the right amount of sodium and just so fresh.
Bro, your sweet talk is real to food, bro. What?
Right.
I ain't never
He
heard of
describing food like a person.
Man.
What about the burger?
Oh yeah, the line is
Teron, tell us about the burgers, Teron.
Right.
the burger, like it's like a perfect amount of meat. It's like all comes together and it's just like one burger. Like everybody.
He's about to take a bite. He was asking like a bite.
He ain't never just described that
So
food
you want
like
that
that.
barbecue sauce and that sweet and sour sauce, scallop. They barbecue sauce is so like sweet.
You ever ate 30 pieces of sweet and sour sauce and barbecue sauce with a large file inside?
It's a 40 piece.
If you get your chicken nuggets fried extra hard, yeah.
That sweet and sour
Man, look.
sauce is so like good. It's like nice like
Me and
flavor.
Darrell was eating that sweet and sour sauce.
Okay, yeah.
You like, damn, you do
All
some
right,
sauce
Lauren, what
already.
did you pick?
I picked McDonald's because I ain't grow up eating all them like fancy foods. I grew up eating McDonald's and stuff, you know. So
I would eat
All right, Leah.
I picked number 3.
Okay, why?
I really like barbecue chicken. I wouldn't choose the the salad because I like Caesar salad. The corn, I love me some buttersweet corn. And I want to try what's it called?
Chocolate souffle.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
I
not
know.
right.
Oh, no. All right, Mackenzie, what did you pick? Why?
because I don't know, because it look good.
That's fair enough,
I wanna go
right?
to Staley's.
Because I know them foods on there do not look appetizing.
Fried chicken.
All right, so now that we've kind of discussed it, we already know I probably would have picked number 2 or number 3. 'Cause I like potatoes and corn. All right, so go ahead and fill out your book contracts. There are no book numbers, so you're just putting your name,
What's the
first name, last name, cohort. You're gonna put the name of the book, The Omnivores Dilemma. Checkout date is today, April 22nd. So, what we are going to do is we are going to read the first 4 pages and then answer some text-dependent questions. Since it's a small group of us, we could probably work together because
If the class like this all the time, bro, we can get through so much work.
more than likely, yes.
I go
All right, anybody else done with their
We gotta fill out
book
this.
contract? No, ain't nothing, you just gotta read it and make sure that you understand it. All right, you're gonna put the book name.
Where I gonna put it at? Right here?
This round.
What's today, April?
22nd. Yes, it's the 22nd, my sorority. Anyway.
How corn to
Yeah, so at this point, definitely go ahead and take a look at the first few
We turning these
pages.
in?
You will be adding your class assignment onto it, so yes. Makai, yeah, I got yours. No, I want the book contract.
Bon, you got some tea?
I do not. It's giving raggedy and ratchet in here.
I'll run in the bathroom, go get some.
Yes, you can. Thank you for asking. All right, so we're going to go ahead and read the first 4 pages. We can wait for him to come back. We can either do popcorn reading or
Just hand raising.
I read.
You can read Miss Bunny.
On the repost.
Preface.
Then we start off on page 17.
No, we're starting off on page 1.
The
Preface. Yes, the preface. The prefaces.
I don't want to know about what's behind what I eat. I want to keep that a secret. I don't think I really want to read.
Oh no, you definitely want to know, especially if you're a big seafood eater.
There's wormmeal, apples.
Nah, not necessarily. Besides, you can tell if a bug eat an apple. That's easy. But if you're a person who loves crab, I'm pretty sure you don't know where the crab comes from.
It comes from the ocean.
Which part of the ocean? No.
And it's like,
In The Little Mermaid, where was Sebastian located?
he
Wasn't
was,
Sebastian like that crab?
Yes,
yeah,
and
he was a lobster.
It was
lobsters, crab, shellfish. Where was it located?
At the bottom of the ocean. They was like in the bottom, but they was
And where do
like
crabs usually be at?
in
in the
the
mud.
in the mud.
The sand.
In the sand.
At the bottom of the ocean.
Wait, what be at?
Crabs.
The crab.
Crab. Don't crabs be in the sand? But they come up. No, they be in the bottom of the ocean, but they come up.
Mm-hmm.
They be hiding in the sand.
And what do they eat?
They be
The sand.
Worms.
They eat the sand. They eat the sand.
What do crabs eat?
They eat the sand.
I'm gonna let y'all figure that out.
Snails.
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 They
I'm gonna-
eat sand.
Yes,
Yes, they do.
I know y'all watch SpongeBob, so I know for a fact that if Mr. Krabs is a crab and was at the bottom of the ocean,
Meat?
He eat himself.
what meat is at the bottom of the ocean?
Krabby Patty.
What meat is at the bottom of the ocean?
Of the crabs.
Sharks.
They crabs.
Sharks got
So you fish?
They had some Mr. Krabs.
No, fish don't be all that. my god.
Ain't that the
Y'all will just figure it out when y'all get ready.
Crab? They eat their own
We
people.
about to,
I want to read first.
yes,
They eat their
Teron.
own people.
You're gonna have to learn that on your
Miss
own.
Mommy, that's chocolate.
Just like you're gonna have to learn
Whales?
shrimp.
Whales?
Bro.
Wait, hold on, because
Y'all can
whales
ask
eat
y'all
sharks.
parents what do crabs
My
eat.
mama ain't gonna know.
But it's a good conversation to say, hey, what that crab eat?
I don't know.
This book just might change your life. I know. That sounds a little over the top, doesn't it? I would never make such a bold claim except that in the years since the Omnivores Dilemma was first published in 2006, thousands of readers have told me that exactly that, sometimes in letters and emails, other times in person, including complete strangers on the street. Your book changed my life. I'm surprised to hear it because that certainly wasn't my goal when I sat down to write the book. And changing people's lives sound like a bigger responsibility. So I usually go and say something like, in a good way, I hope. But I'm always curious to find out what they mean, so I often ask them to tell me exactly how they've changed since reading the book. The answers are very different, often surprising, and usually extremely, what did I say?
Gratifying.
Yeah.
Gratifying. Some people tell me that they lost weight after reading the book, and they pull out snapshots of the larger form of cells. Apparently, what they learned in the book about how fast food is made convinced them to stop eating it, and the pounds begin to fall off. Even though this is definitely not a diet book,
Make sure.
other people tell me that they read the Omnivores Dilemma and decided to change their careers and become a farmer. Big goal. How is working out for you? I add a farmer. Wait, how is working out for you? I add a little nervously since farming is tough. Farming is a tough way to making a living. They usually tell me that the work is incredibly hard and incredibly satisfying, and that they wouldn't dream of doing anything else with their lives.
Alright, you want to take a break or you want me, or what?
Yeah.
Alright, many people tell me that the book changed the way they think about eating, and that they now spend a lot more time deciding what to put in their mouths. The book has made them aware of how their food choices affect the environment or animals or their own health, and they want to start voting with their forks. An idea I'll explain later. For young people, they can mean encouraging their parents to shop differently, to buy organic or local food, for example. Parents are used to their kids making all sorts of demands about food, usually for the latest sugary cereal or energy drink. And so they're pleasantly surprised when their kids start asking for organic vegetables or for eggs from small farms where the chickens live outdoors and eat a natural diet, because let me tell you. Anyway, listen, you can taste some eggs, a struggling egg versus a free egg.
Hey, eggs healthy, right?
Yes, but the way that the chickens are raised plays a large part in the way that the food is processed. You know, a chicken who gets to walk around and be free and have a stress-free life is not giving me a little stressed out little egg.
Eggs come from chicks. So we get two foods out of a chicken, right?
No,
So
you're
we
just
get
getting
chicken
protein.
eggs.
It's protein.
Wait,
Wait, don't
we
chicken
eat
come
the
from
chicken
eggs?
and we
Don't
eating
chicken
their
come from-
eggs.
When
like
it's
eggs?
hatched,
Yeah.
you're eating an unhatched egg.
Chicken come from eggs.
Yes, but the egg you get in the grocery store isn't hatched.
Bro, chicken is so good, bro.
Alright, so then there are the vegetarians and the meat eaters whose reactions to the book could not be more different. I've heard from lots of readers who say that after reading about the way animals are treated in factory farms, they felt they could no longer eat meat and decided to become vegetarians, even though the book is not an argument against eating meat. So I figured that one of the impacts of the book was to inspire vegetarianism, until I began hearing from some vegetarians whose reactions really surprised me. Here's a typical letter from a vegetarian high schooler. I haven't eaten a bit of meat since I was 6, but after reading your book, I've decided to start eating meat again. I never knew there were farms like Polyflex in Virginia where the animals were treated so well and get to lead such happy lives. I want to support those kind of farms, so now I eat that kind of humanly raised meat when I can. Instead of calling myself a vegetarian, I now call myself a conscious carnivore. A conscious.
So like now they're not just eating meat, they not eating meat just to eat it. They eating it. They know what they eating now. Like they know.
And they're more conscious about where it
Yeah.
come from.
See,
Could be conscious of omnivore.
Yep, a conscious carnivore.
I learned meat.
The fact that carnivores and vegetarians responded in two totally different ways to the same information tells me that this book is doing its job. That job is simply to get us to think about something that hardly ever crosses our mind, where our food comes from and how it gets to us. So I really like the idea that two people could read the same book and come to such radically different conclusions. I didn't write the Omnivores Dilemma to convince you to eat one kind of food or another. My aim was to give you the information you need to make good choices. What's a good choice? That's simple. It's one that allows you to be true to your values, to what you most care about. The fact is, our food choices are some of the most important choices we get to make in life. The way we eat has a bigger effect on our health and the health on the planet than any other activity. 4 of the top 10 diseases that kill Americans are the result of a bad diet. What you put on your plate changes nature more than anything else you do. If that sounds over the top, think about it. Farming has changed the landscape more than any other human activity. Agriculture has also determined which species of animals are thriving, cows, chickens, and pigs, the ones we eat, and which are in trouble, wolves and other predators that want to eat the ones we want to eat. And though you're probably well aware of how the fossil fuel your family uses to heat your home and power your car contributes to climate change, did you know that farming and the food industry produces even more greenhouse gases than all forms of transportation put together? That's what I mean when I say that the way you eat affects the world more than anything else you do. This might sound like a big responsibility, and it is, but it's also a great opportunity, especially for people your age. Why? Because although you won't be able to vote in elections until you're 18, you can vote with a fork now by choosing to eat foods that reflect your values and to avoid ones that don't. Best of all, you can vote this way, not just once, but 3 times a day. I'm gonna pause right there. I'm gonna read next page. All right. Does this sort of voting make sense? Without a doubt, consider the changes we've seen in just the last few years. When the Omnivores Dilemma was published in 2006, there were 4,000 farmers markets in America. Now there are more than 8,000. In 2006, organic food was a $15 billion industry. Now it's a $35 billion industry. The market for sustainably raised meat, milk, and eggs has exploded in the last decade. A new generation of young people are starting small, sustainable farms. One of the most popular internships for college students today is working on an organic farm. Since Michelle Obama planted an organic vegetable garden in the grounds of the White House, the number of Americans growing vegetables at home has soared to about 35% of all families. And a whole range of food and farming issues that have never been on the public's radar are now being debated across the country and in Washington, D.C. One of the most exciting developments we've seen in the last decade or so is the rise of a food movement in America, a movement to change the way we produce and consume food, so that farmers, food workers, animals, the land, and the environment are all treated with greater respect. There's a lot we can all do to push the food system in this direction, but it begins with informing yourself about what's at stake, and then voting with your fork now, and then in a few years with your ballot. For the kind of world you'd like to live in, this book is an invitation to think about both the problems of how we produce food today and some of the inspiring solutions people are coming up with to build a better food system for everyone and everything it touches. Welcome to the conversation. All right, I'm gonna give you a minute to go ahead and just kind of think about everything that we've read. Personally,
straight up BS. I don't want to. Straight up BS.
Donovan, did you bring me my book? No. Why?
Hey, this one.
Nah.
I like it.
This
Thank
book
you.
talks about how,
Here you go.
this book has changed
Go grab a book from over there. Fill out the book contract, thank you.
This
Who's right here?
this book did change
What's up, brother?
lives.
Wait, so. What's the question again?
All right.
Working over.
So for those two that just joined us, thank you. Y'all definitely need to fill out this book contract because now we have some tech-dependent questions that from the pages that we've read. Hopefully, we can get through all 7 of them, but if not, we'll just do the best that we can with the time that we got. Today is the day for checkout, which is April 22nd. So on the same piece of paper that you did your due now you're going to go ahead and answer question numbers, at least the first 4. So question 1, how did the author Michael Pollan make decisions about what to eat before he began working on this book? How do you know? So you could definitely paraphrase that information. All right, so what was
Get
it?
his food from local, outside farms, like people who eat like a natural diet.
Where can you find that at? Well, how do you know?
He was
Because we want to know, how did he make decisions?
Was that him running his farm, running that farm, right?
I don't know.
That
Or
was
was he going to farm?
huh?
The letter was the kid. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, a farm that she was going to, the animals was so healthy because they was getting treated right.
It's on page 7.
That's a vegetarian high schooler.
Oh, it's a-
There's no book numbers. Checkout date is today. No, it's not a bookmark.
I don't know.
So if we think about on the first 4 pages, how did he say he made decisions about what to eat before he started writing this book? How did he decide what to eat?
How did he read the book then decided what to eat?
Well, he wrote the book, so how did he read the book before he wrote it?
Started getting organic
Huh?
foods and stuff.
Oh, it's the author?
The author.
Yeah.
Yeah, started getting organic foods and stuff.
I don't know.
Like eggs and like, whatchamacallit.
I guess
No, we look at the first page. How did he decide what to eat?
The first page, number 1.
On page 1 or 2, he says he decided what to eat based on something.
on page 2.
What did he say?
On page what?
He was curious about it, so he asked. Yeah.
Wait, so. Wait.
So he started asking questions. And then he was getting surprised and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Some was healthy, some wasn't.
Oh, he was asking questions and was getting surprised because how much stuff was in the food. I was all laughing at
Wait.
me.
So, he said that, like, apparently some people learn from the book, like, how fast food is, like, how it's made and stuff, and how they stop eating the fast food, and how much pounds they lost from stop eating fast food. Then he said it's not like a diet book either. So, I don't know.
But we want to know exactly how did he choose to get food.
I don't know. I didn't really hear him talk about himself unless I'm just slow.
Man, you talk about kids.
Alright, I'm sorry. Let's go on page 7.
On page 7.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, we missed the book.
We didn't read that part. That's fine.
The intro.
Yeah, so in the introduction of the book, right, he says on page 7, before I began writing on this book, I never gave much thought to where my food came from. I didn't spend much time worrying about what I should and shouldn't eat. Food came from the supermarket, and as long as it tasted good, I ate it.
So put that.
That's how I feel right
You
now.
put in your own words, so how did the author decide what he should eat before he began working on this book? What did he do?
He really didn't decide. Like he said like
As long as it tastes good.
as long as it tastes good, he's gonna eat it.
Alright, so that's the answer to part 1. And then how do we know? Because he told us in the first paragraph on page 7.
You want to select the question?
No,
Doesn't write the answer?
Who answered us?
just the answer.
Nigga said that.
Bro, you didn't ask nothing, you just said, you.
So what's it?
In part two,
Who you
how do you
think?
know?
I said, you said, what page we on? I said, the introduction page 7. Bro, why are you looking up there, bro? The work is in front of you.
The work is up there too.
Do it.
The work is up there too.
We got homework.
Mm-hmm.
Is you reading this book?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do
Alright, I'm reading this book. I'm curious.
This time I'm
it.
gonna
It's
try.
like you, bro. It's like you. I'm about to go home.
Alright, so we got number 1 done, so we all know now that he decided what to eat based on what tasted good. He says this in the last line on the paragraph and on page 7. I don't know why they said page 1. Alright.
Every day I'm gonna read 10 pages.
Alright, so these questions are obviously from the introduction. Alright, so we're gonna have to work through this together. So, in paragraph 2 on page 7, the author states that he decided what to eat based on what tasted good until he had the chance to peer behind the curtain of the modern American food chain. Based on what you can figure out about these key vocabulary words, explain what he means, right?
Okay.
What do you think that means?
I think it means that he thought like, you know, we don't know like if we ate like McDonald's and stuff, we don't know how they make the food where they get it from basically. Like we can say they get it from cows, they might not get it from cows, they might get it from somewhere else. So he went like looked it up or asked people that work at McDonald's or something like that, asked like where to get the food from. And he probably was surprised, or he probably was like, I don't know, angry, happy or what, but he didn't know that some of the food was made like that or processed like that.
Okay, so that's pretty much the answer for number 2. What were you gonna say, Teron?
What are you gonna say?
Hey,
Like, once he had started figuring out where food comes from, he had started getting like it locally.
Yeah, but the question says, based on what can we figure out what he means? So when he says he had a chance to peer behind the curtain of modern American food chain, right? What did that help? So Lauren pretty much just answered it for us. She said he investigated where food comes from in our country today, and that's what he meant by he had a chance to look. He had a chance to look behind the scenes.
wow. The author had a chance to look behind the scenes.
Yep. Listen, if you really actually watch where your food comes from, you won't eat a lot of it.
That's
I'm not. That's why I
anything
don't
that
wanna
look
read
good,
this
taste
book.
good, or smell good.
You're gonna read
Fine,
the
but
book.
it
right
smell
here,
good, you
hold on.
run into it first.
Eating it, I know.
Investigated
He
and
looked
asked.
at
Give me one of my
what
popcorn.
like what was the food made out of.
Huh? You ready?
No.
Is your right answer?
It's funny. I think I'll read this book. I think so.
Alright, we ready to go on to number 3?
No, wait.
Yeah. It's like big details from potatoes.
Yeah, so if you look on page 7, because everything we read clearly ain't got nothing to do with none of these questions.
Potato farm?
Alright, so looking at page 7 and 8, they talk about the potato farm as y'all right. So I'm gonna read it, and then we're gonna see if we can answer it. So number 3 says, cite specific details from the text that describe the potato farm, right? So again, we are looking for details that describes the potato farm. Not what it grows, but describe it.
Oh, where read that?
Alright, so I'm starting on page 7, second paragraph. Until that is, I had the chance to peer behind the curtain of the modern American food chain. This came in 1998. I was working on an article about genetically modified food created by changing plant DNA in the laboratory. My reporting took me to the Magic Valley in Idaho, where most of the French fries you've ever eaten begin their life as a russet Burbank potatoes. There I visited a farm like no farm I'd ever seen or imagined. It was 15,000 acres divided into 135-acre crop circles. Each circle resembled the green face of a tremendous clock with a slowly rotating second hand. That sweeping second hand was the irrigation machine, a pipe more than 1,000 feet long that delivered a steady rain of water, fertilizer, and pesticides to the potato plant. The home farm was managed from the bank of computer monitors in a control room. Sitting in that room, the farmer could, at a flick of a switch, douse his crops with water or whatever chemical he thought they needed. One of these chemicals was a pesticide called Monitor, used to control bugs. The chemical is so toxic to the nervous system that no one is allowed in the field for 5 days after it is sprayed. If the irrigation machine breaks during that time, farmers won't send a worker out to fix it because the chemical is so dangerous. They'd rather let the whole 135 acres crop of potatoes dry up and die. That wasn't all. During the growing season, some pesticides get inside the potato plant so that they may kill any bug that takes a bite. But these pesticides mean people can't eat the potatoes while they're growing either. After the harvest, the potatoes are stored for 6 months in a gigantic shed. Here, the chemicals gradually fade until the potatoes are safe to eat. Only then they can be turned into French fries. That's how we grow potatoes. I had no idea. So, number 3. Devin, you definitely welcome here. You need to come up here and get a book contract. Alright, so number 3, right? We definitely heard some ways in which it was grown. So now you can definitely answer it, right? We know that there was pesticides. What else describes this potato farm?
It was big.
How big?
135. Wait.
It was like,
It was some 15,000 acres.
Alright, so now we got clue number 1. So now we got one detail, 15,000 acres. So y'all that's talking and not writing, I hope y'all can answer the question on y'all own, especially those who wasn't paying attention, right? So, the potato farmers, one person just sat here and said, 15,000 acres. Here you go, you can come over here and grab a book and fill out this book contract.
And number is another one.
Yeah, what's another one? The book's right there.
The potato farm had pesticides.
Okay, so they give us a name. What was that? What was the name of the pesticide that particular farmer used? Monitor. Okay, so there's another detail. What's another detail that we have? So we know that the potato farm has 15,000 acres. We know that. How do they give us this pesticide?
We're almost
What's
to
the
page.
pesticide?
What page?
We're on page 7 and 8. So we know now that it's 15,000 acres. They use this pesticide called Monitor. Mackenzie, wake up. How do they put the pesticide on the plant? He tells us in detail, like a machine or something. Makai, you can do this on your own. Right? So how do they distribute the pesticide?
They sprayed into the food.
How do they spray it? Irrigation machine. Okay, so also on this field, we got an irrigation machine that sprays water and pesticides or other chemicals, right? So that's another one, right?
What's this called?
Irrigation machine. It starts with an I. IRRIGRATION.
I-R-R.
I don't know what's in the book.
Oh, you just.
I might have spelled it wrong. I think I did. So for number 3, right? 15,000 acres. Pesticides called Monitor. Irrigation machine. What else describes the potato farm? Somebody said something about months.
Oh, they take 6 months for it to be safe to eat.
Yep, 6. So another thing, they got to store the potatoes for 6 months before they can send it out because we can't eat it. Right? Also, what else about this pesticide did we just learn? What that describes a farm? Is this pesticide?
5 days.
Huh?
You can't be here for 5 days.
All right, you can't be around the potatoes for 5 days. Is that harmful, right? So that's something else that describes the potato farm. Is there anything else that describes the potato farm? Y'all can get a piece of paper and get the answering some questions or reading. Y'all definitely can read the first 9 pages. Yes, because that's what we just did.
Want this one?
Alright, is there anything else that we can think of?
No.
So we know that a shed stores the potatoes after they are sprayed with the pesticides. We know that they are stored for about 6 months or 5 months because that's how long it takes for them to be safe to eat. We know that this 15,000 acres. We also know that they have an irrigation machine, right? What else do we know about this potato farm based off of what he described on those 2 pages? Anybody got anything else?
Dividing into 135 acre crops.
All right, so we know, and we also know within these 15,000 acres, they have 135 crop circles, right? Now that's very specific because that means out of 15,000 acres, his crops, his potatoes are in circles. They're not in squares, they're not in triangles, they're not in rectangles. They are legitimately 135 circles in this man's acre. That's 15,000 acres. You know what you can do with 15,000 acres?
I don't know.
They clearly have a potato farm.
I'm gonna be a big old roller coaster.
Or have a way to eat. Alright, so we got the first 3 questions done. I'll give you a minute to write that. And then we're gonna go ahead and answer number 4. Thank you for being on task, Turan. Thank you for being on task, Donovan. Took you long enough.
Page 3 is considered.
The page numbers is off, because page 3 is page 3. But for us, it need to be another page.
So in the introduction, basically.
Yeah.
It takes 5 days.
Wait a minute. They talking about the burger with the fries.
Another one.
Yeah, they talk about the French fries.
They talking about the burger with your fries.
They don't even know where the meat come from, Miss Bonnie.
Oh, they
Come on, they talking about your
You
fries
don't
here, boy.
know. They know where the meat come from.
I know, I'm right here.
See that? Now read it.
Do it come from pig?
No, I don't.
At least I hope.
I want some McDonald's right now.
Alright, so we now as you all finish that up, page 4. Alright, we gotta talk about feedlots. Alright.
Feedlots.
Alright, page 9.
Feed
In the
lots
first paragraph,
or
page 3.
locks.
Not these kind of lots.
Ooh, period.
Miss Bonnie, who redo your?
Oh, well, I got a loctician named Jasmine, but you know I got like 3 locticians. But her name Jasmine.
Who your best one?
Her.
Jazz.
Well, I like her. Well, I don't know. Because there's a guy that do my hair named Jabril, and he real cold too.
Wait, how much she charge?
This cost me what, $125?
Ooh,
Because she got a lot of hair.
Well, Reach was $185.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah, but Reach was is $85.
That's a bad price. Don't have to buy one.
That's very cheap, actually.
My
Somebody charged me
mama
$50.
don't charge that much.
I know. I know, 'cause she about to be doing my kids in a minute.
No, she not.
Girl, back.
You know how to retwist your kids here?
I do. I reach stay here all the time. But they said I be yanking their hair too much. But whatever.
You going to Yankee down?
Like, come on, Taco. I just gotta wash your hair. Then you acting like my baby. Alright, number 4. So, I'm going to read page 9 and 10, and then we're gonna come back and answer this question. So, a burger with your fries. That's page 9 at the top. A few years later, while working on another story, I found myself driving down Interstate 5, the big highway that runs between San Francisco and Los Angeles. I was on my way to visit a farmer in California's Central Valley. It was one of those gorgeous autumn days when the hills of California are gold. Out of nowhere, a really nasty smell assaulted my nostrils. Exactly. The stench of a gas station restroom, sorely in need of attention. But I could not see nothing that might explain the smell. All around me were the same blue skies and golden hills. And then, very suddenly, the golden hills turned jet black on both sides of the highway. Black with tens of thousands of cattle crowded onto a carpet of manure that stretched as far as the eye could see. I was driving through a feedlot with tens of thousands of animals bellying up to a concrete trough that ran along the side of the highway for what seemed like miles. Behind them rose 2 vast pyramids, one yellow, the other black.
What?
A pile of corn, and a pile of manure.
Ugh.
The cattle, I realized, were spending their days transforming the stuff of pile into the stuff of the other. This is where our meat comes from? I had no idea. Suddenly, that happy meal of hamburger and fries looked a lot less happy. Between the feedlot and the potato farm, I realized just how little I knew about the way our food is produced. The picture in my head of small family farms with white picket fences and red barns and happy animals on green pastures was seriously out of date.
This book is trifling. I don't even want to read
So
it.
we in.
All of it.
Y'all with all them number ones. Anyway.
And I steal you all of it though.
Alright.
You see how I was describing his version.
Alright, let's stop with the violence. Alright, so our question for number 4. Using context clues, what do the words feedlot, bellying, and troll mean? And what do these words help the reader understand about where hamburgers come from?
That trifling. A feedlot is
Nasty.
It's like a long cow manure.
Okay, so you think that a feedlot means a long line of cow manure. Anybody else got an idea of what a feedlot is or what it means?
Cow poop.
No.
It's okay now. It says.
So I was driving, but think about it like this. He said I was driving through a feedlot. So he was driving through cow poop. He was driving through cow manure.
Yeah, dude.
So a feedlot. Mm-hmm. It's a feedlot. If that's what you think it means, that's okay. You correct that down. Again, you're using context clues to figure out what the word means.
What word?
Feedlot,
It's not your answer.
right?
I think
Between the feedlot, literally, I was driving through a feedlot with tens of thousands of animals bellying up to a concrete trough that ran along the side of the
is
highway.
feedlot literally like a lot they feed the animals?
It could be. You're telling me what you think the word means. We're not.
Yes. I think feedlot is a big lot where they feed animals.
Okay, then that's what you put. That's what you think it means. Some people think it means cow manure. He said I was driving through a feedlot.
A feedlot where you feed his animals.
That's what I
It's called a
said.
feedlot.
Okay, so then that's what you think it means. So write it down.
A feedlot.
Then we got bellying. What does he mean what does he mean by bellying?
They getting fat.
Then that's what you put down. Bellying means fat.
Man, I don't know, man.
It's okay to not know. I'm not grading you based off of if you know the exact meaning.
Participation.
That and using context clues. Your ability to use context clues to determine the meaning. If we look at our learning targets for the day, right? I can find the gist of pages 1 through 4 of the Omnivores Dilemma. I can use context clues to determine the meaning. So that is what we're doing, using context clues to determine the meaning. So that we can understand what it is he's talking about. And then we got the last word, troll. I think that's it.
I don't know. I think belly needs to get bigger.
Then put that.
Miss Boney, why when the whole class get know that why we can't just chill?
No such thing as chill.
Not in this class.
Mm-mm. All right, and then that other word, troll, bellying up to a concrete trough that ran along the side of the highway for what seemed like miles. So what does he mean by trough when he says bellying up to a concrete trough? Like in your head.
Line.
Okay, you think troll means a line.
I don't
Anybody
Okay,
else?
I think, okay, so he's saying like, he,
Oh,
you said, where's the,
Concrete trough, page 9, paragraph 2.
Is it a problem?
No, it's not. Since y'all got so much to say, what does he mean by troll?
Miss Boney, I'm still.
I think trouble means line.
like,
You think it mean line?
I don't know.
like, yeah, like,
Trouble means a line.
So in your head, right, as you visualize, as you make a movie in your head, as he describes what he's seeing, and you're visualizing it, right? He's driving down this highway, you know.
like a fence.
It could be a fence, right? It's a concrete fence. Maybe he was driving through a feedlot with tens of thousands of animals bellying up to a concrete truck. So that means to me, I see some fat animals all in a line on a concrete what?
Concrete wall.
Baby.
It's like
Concrete grass.
Like simile, like not like they going like they start their daily routine. They do like get it processed basically.
It could be. It could be a line of the animals, right?
Concrete lines.
Let me come back over here so I can go to the next question.
Wait, bro.
I remember when someone said Mr. Harris like R-Truth, I started dying.
Alright, is there anybody who needs us to hold on to this part?
No.
Me.
It's
What talking about some
11:03.
I want to
So
see
technically I cannot allow that.
See
You
how
have to
much
walk
you
out if you want to.
I
I cannot write past.
bro.
Alright, number 5. Is there anybody still behind?
No.
Alright, good. Alright. At the top of the page, it says, that's the dilemma. We can eat anything, but how do we know what to eat? Based on context clues, what do you think this word dilemma means? What does the author's use of the word help us to understand about the book's title? So I want you to tell me, based on context clues, what do you think dilemma means? And then tell me, what does the author's use of the word, when he uses the word dilemma, how does that help us understand the book, what the book is about? So I need you to tell me, what do you think dilemma means? I'm sorry, what does the word dilemma mean? And then, that's first thing. What do it mean? Next, what do his words help us understand about the book title? Write it. Go ahead, Lauren.
I think the word means like just like the life or like
The memo.
saying or the memo to get up and all that.
I think it means statement or quote.
Alright, well, let's write down what we think the word dilemma means and how does it relate to the book.
You wanna touch your stuff? Talking to you. You wanna touch your BS?
Oh my god, look at him. He's showing off his dominance. You said it wrong.
What?
Dominance.
Yeah, this.
What is that?
What is it? That's they like name put together.
Dominant?
Yeah.
Dominant.
I thought you said dominant.
Lauren Francis. No.
Y'all used to talk.
It's a right now.
Y'all still talk?
They dated, bro.
Why you looking away, Lauren?
I can't watch
She working on her work, that's why.
Yes, come on, y'all. I got a D in here. Come on,
You okay, rich tomorrow? I mean, you put down to it, right?
You got an ad?
No, I got
rich
it.
tomorrow.
What you got?
For me?
What you got in your bigger? Huh? Up here?
I think I like.
Are we ready to go to the next one?
No, I don't understand.
So basically, what do you think dilemma means?
I don't know.
Like a situation?
Like a life story. The book is
I know what it means. I know what it means.
What does if I say I have a dilemma, what do I say? What am I meaning?
I know what it
A
means.
problem.
A what?
A situation like a problem.
A situation or a problem.
A situation like a situation like not getting retwisted.
That's a dilemma.
Yes.
Because I go through it all the time.
You see that?
Right? So a dilemma. So now that we know that a dilemma is a difficult solution, a difficult situation or problem, right? Now that you figured that much out, what does this help us understand about the book's title? The book's title is called The Omnivores Dilemma. So what is it saying? A difficult situation of an omnivore. And what is an omnivore?
Somebody who eat meat, I think.
I'm sorry, what?
Somebody who eat meat.
And what?
Plants.
Thank you.
Bobby.
Yeah, because carnivores are only meat eaters.
I'm a meat eater.
Oh.
I'm a Regis.
Y'all could be talking about a retwist, but I expect my work to be done.
That who?
Yeah, I'm a six.
You done writing it down, Lauren?
No, I don't know.
We just talked about it.
You like just go over, bro.
All right, number 6.
You just can't
Hey,
keep.
Leah.
Number 6.
Curry like Ray.
Wait, Miss
Who's that? Cross.
All right, number 6. And the last paragraph, Paula says that an omnivore eats plants, meat, mushrooms, just about anything. Based on the context clues in this paragraph and the following paragraph, what is the omnivore's dilemma?
You're always using.
Let's use it.
So let's see if I can find that and read it.
Dash. Like dash.
Like you saying.
Okay, dash.
Definitely my favorite.
Devin like turtles.
Ouch. You alright? Alright, if you look on page 10 really quickly. Alright, page 10, starting at the subtitle, The Omnivores Dilemma. Second paragraph. The more I studied and read about food, the more I realized I was suffering from a form of the Omnivores Dilemma. This is a big name for a very old problem. Human beings are omnivores. That means we eat plants, meat, mushrooms, just about anything. But because we are omnivores, we have very little built-in instinct that tells us which foods are good for us and which aren't. That's the dilemma. We can eat anything, but how do we know what to eat? So, what is the omnivore's dilemma?
I love Regis, bro.
Answer it.
You see him.
You like this.
My Zor. And then Max Strength.
Dicks.
Got that fabulous candy glass. Boom.
You like this.
What the hell?
Turn it into the gold bin.
What?
I got one more to do. Cause I turn it next
You
off.
have not been in class that long.
You'll be alright.
That's like 5 minutes.
Gold bin.
What's that? Like 30 minutes at least.
Have a good day. Do not forget your homework. It's been posted in classroom. I'm sorry, it's been posted on Dojo. I'll post it in classroom.
All right.